You may have sometimes gone rooting through your childhood home or grandparents' house as an adult, and the chances are that you'll have stumbled across some slices of pure nostalgia. Indeed, whether it's your childhood toys, a vintage record collection, or simply some long-forgotten clothes, you never know what you might find. One woman, however, found something arguably above and beyond all those treasures, an incredible supercar surprise. Compulsive hoarding isn't just something people use to describe those whose collecting habits have gone a little out of control. Indeed, it's actually a real disorder in its own right. If you're unfamiliar with the term, it involves amassing so much stuff that you basically can't move in your own home anymore. While the items collected by hoarders are often worthless, it's not impossible to make some absolutely incredible finds among the junk. And it doesn't have to be while they're collecting this stuff. It can be years later, when everything's been left untouched and forgotten. And that's exactly what happened to one Reddit user. Going by the name of Eerie Jin, the female student who's based in the US shared the astonishing contents of her grandmother's garage with the car porn subreddit in August of 2018. The reason she chose that particular subreddit? Well, just check out the title of her post. Despite the dust and rust, Grandma's 1981 Lamborghini Countach is the coolest. Unsurprisingly, the post was a huge hit with her fellow Redditors, gaining thousands of upvotes and hundreds of comments. Clicking through the link she provided revealed why. There indeed was a classic white Lamborghini Countach, photographed in her grandmother's garage, and no doubt the picture evokes some sweet nostalgia for anyone who grew up in the 80s. The car may have looked a little worse for wear, unsurprising given how long it'd been in there. Yes, the gorgeous yet dusty Countach had actually been sitting inside the garage for more than a decade when Eerie Jin took the pictures. However, the Lamborghini wasn't the only classic supercar sitting inside the garage. Indeed, just creeping into Eerie Jin's original image was the sight of a red car, and after a few Redditors inquired, she posted a few more pictures, which revealed the vehicle to be a Ferrari 308. In the pictures, Eerie Jin's boyfriend can be seen sitting in the Lamborghini. According to the Redditor, she brought him along to assess the condition of the cars. In the background of the pictures, there's also an MG type, which she dated to around the late 1930s and early 1940s. Clearly, this was a garage full of some seriously cool vehicles. According to GT Spirit, the Countach is a 500S model, which had a limited production run of just 321 cars. It also packed a 4.8-liter V12 engine, and at its peak could fetch somewhere in the region of $400,000 to $500,000. However, even in their current condition, the Daily Mirror estimated that both the Lamborghini and Ferrari could still be worth around that amount together. Still, you don't need to be a petrol head to recognize just how awesome these vehicles are. And if you're a movie buff, you may recognize them already. After all, Leonardo DiCaprio drives something much the same as the Countach in The Wolf of Wall Street, while the Ferrari 308 is quite like Tom Selleck's iconic ride in Magnum P.I. But exactly how the cars had wound up there and why they'd been left untouched for so long remained mysterious. At least that was until Eerie Jin revealed all. My late grandpa bought it, the Lamborghini, for his exotic car rental business in 1989. But after insurance costs became too high for him to operate the company, he kept the car, and many others, including the Ferrari 308 in front of the Lambo, outside in leaky garages for 20 years instead of selling them, she wrote. Unsurprisingly, her fellow Redditors were quick to express their interest in the awesome 80s supercars. "There should be a child protective services you can call for cars," wrote one. "I'd adopt that baby and put some blood, sweat, and tears into making it a new good life." "I totally agree. This kind of car abuse hurts my soul," Eerie Jin replied. "But it's also kind of incredible and rare to see something so beautiful and valuable in this condition." Indeed, she revealed that if she had the chance, she'd love to be able to work on the car and restore it back to its original condition, inside at least. "If it were up to me, I'd get it running again and clean up the interior, but keep the exterior close to as is," Eerie Jin explained. "It has character and tells the story of the car, which sets it apart from any other Countach around. I can honestly appreciate that more than a perfect paint job." Unfortunately, she acknowledged that her chances of being able to do so are slim. That's because her grandmother has 5 kids and 9 grandkids, including Eerie Jin. However, she hopes that if the car stays in the family, someone will eventually be able to restore it, no matter how long it takes. Apparently, these weren't the only cars that Erie Jin's grandfather had bought for his rental business. Indeed, she even revealed that he'd once owned a 1955 Mercedes-Benz Gullwing, and that's a car that's now worth somewhere in the region of $5 million. Alas, that's one supercar that wasn't waiting in the garage to be discovered. According to Erie Jin, there are currently no plans to sell the cars. However, her grandmother is apparently looking to get rid of them sometime soon. Of course, this meant that the post was instantly flooded with offers from hopeful buyers. Nevertheless, while the vehicles may not have been able to make a classic car collector's dreams come true right now, the pictures are still worth posting. Indeed, in a follow-up post, Erie Jin wrote, "I'm glad this picture has elicited so much amazement and joy from the people on the internet, and that was my sole objective in sharing it." Supercar enthusiasts will know that Erie Jin's find isn't the first of its kind. In fact, there have been countless tales of long-lost or forgotten cars dug up over the years. Just take the Ferrari Dino 246 GT that was found buried in a California backyard in 1978, or the 42-year-old Bugatti Type 22 Brescia found sunk into a lake in 1967. Whatever happens to the Lamborghini Countach and Ferrari 308 that were found sitting in Erie Jin's grandmother's garage, there's no denying that the family is sitting on a gold mine. Not just financially, but in terms of pure nostalgia too. Indeed, the cars are an absolutely awesome throwback to the design staples of the 80s, for better or worse. Now, who else is off to check out their relatives' garages?